What's up, everybody? It's RagingTurboNerd here, and I got a Call of Duty video. I'm going to talk about the maxed out Shatterblast rounds in the maxed out Frenzied Guard field upgrade. Now, I've been playing with them a lot. I've been mixing and matching. I've been working on them. I mean, I've pretty much exclusively been using both of these two to just get a feel for them and see how good they are. I've noticed that technically once you have the tier 5s for anything, you should be running that pretty much exclusively. And I have to say, the Shatterblast rounds are my new favorite, and the Frenzied Guard is amazing. Both of them are extremely powerful, extremely useful, and they are definitely tailored for the Outbreak mode in particular. But before we get into all that, I just want to say a quick thank you to everybody. You guys are going to hear this a lot, but thank you for all the support. Thank you to everybody stopping by and watching the videos, leaving comments, subscribing. It means a ton to me and really motivates me to want to keep making videos for you guys and keep working on it. So thank you so much for all the support I've been getting. And I'm going to keep working hard for you guys and improving and trying to make better videos. And keep stopping by and keep motivating me because it means a lot. So thank you. Now that we have that out of the way, I'm going to start by talking about the Shatterblast rounds, which of course explode when they go off. And when you get them to tier 5, they cluster explode. And honestly, they're mental. They're absolutely mental. They are super effective when you have hordes of zombies. You don't notice it as much when you're playing Outbreak because Outbreak doesn't have as dense of concentrations of zombies. But when you're playing like Firebase Z or D Machina, they're crazy. They can absolutely buy you time when you need it. And it's really, really great. I've been like pinned against the wall and gotten that lucky Shatterblast round off, and it's cleared the way for me. So they're super versatile and they're super efficient. They're great for taking down armored enemies, especially when you're in Outbreak fighting the Krasny Soldat, because of course explosive is their weakness, and if you can get that cluster strike to go off, you can do a lot of damage to them. It's also really good against Manglers. It's good against Mimics. It's good against Megatons. They are good against everything. There's not an elite or a special that these are not great on. They work great on the regular zombies. There's no downside to them. Well, one small one is if you're going for your headshot, sometimes the explosive round will go off and it'll count as a ammo type kill and not a actual headshot. So that can be a little annoying every once in a while to miss out on a headshot, but other than that, that's about the only downside of them I can think about. And then of course when you have it paired with elemental pop and you're popping off your explosive shots even more, it's crazy. You can stagger crowds like mad. I mean, I've used the Shatterblast rounds on a couple of different guns. Probably the RPD so far was my favorite one to have ran them on. I mean, they'd probably be good on any LMG. But having that much ammo capacity, there was times when you're chopping, when you have 200-something rounds, and they can go off a couple of times. It's crazy. It's honestly crazy. Now, here I'm using the AK-74U. I'm working on getting gold for it. I've started using this thing in Outbreak and was unimpressed with it. Now, the SMGs and zombies have a massive damage drop-off range. I'm not going to talk too much about SMGs, but it segues into my next point here. And I didn't find them, well, SMGs are not great at fighting armor, so late waves of Outbreak are very difficult. Now, the Shatterblast rounds are going to buy you a little bit of leeway here to push a little bit further into the later waves, which is great. You know, and with their versatility, they are almost a must pick. So if you're playing like Outbreak and you're trying to go for the late waves, I would always suggest that at least one person on your team is carrying these. It is also beneficial, of course, as I said, to fight the Soldat and, you know, just absolutely rip armor off Manglers. So these high tier, love them. It's going to be, I'm working on getting all the other ammo types up to tier 5 currently, and it's going to be really hard for me to not want to always pick the Shatterblast rounds. Now on to Frenzied Guard, which I think now, next to probably the Healing Aura for me, the Frenzied Guard is one of the best field upgrades, especially when you max it out. There's been times getting overwhelmed that I've activated Frenzied Guard, and at tier 5, if a regular zombie hits you, they die. Actually, you get that at tier 4. Tier 5, you get the ability to slow down standard zombies. So if you're in a situation where you have multiple specials or elites pushing you, you can activate this by the time you need to get away and fight those specials or elites and get them out of the crowd. It's nuts, especially like regenerating armor. It refills your armor when you activate it. So if you have tier 3 armor, it's good luck for anything trying to kill you. You become almost immortal for several seconds while this is active. Now the downside, of course, is Frenzied Guard. Frenzied Guard is only useful when you have armor. So it's not really useful until you have at least tier 1 armor. But that's not really that complicated, especially if you're playing Outbreak. You can get your first tier of armor in, within 5 minutes. So it's crazy, especially, speaking of Outbreak, it helps with a lot of the objectives, because a lot of the objectives are defensive. So when you're doing like escorts, or you're doing the head in a jar, or you're just doing any of them, like being able to pull all aggro to yourself. And when me and my one buddy play, if you're doing like a golden chest or something and you're starting to get overwhelmed, well, I can Frenzied Guard, pull all standard zombies away from him so he can fight specials and elites while I'm dancing with the rest of them. It's amazing. And I definitely believe that there has to be, at this point, established a meta for late game around Frenzied Guard. And using it in standard zombies, it's incredibly powerful. I mean, it's definitely a field upgrade I only use to get out of jail, because there's been times pinned in a corner where I've, been pinned in a corner, you activate it, and all the standard zombies are hitting you and dying. So, it's great. I think this is an absolutely monumental addition to the game. I think it's super, super strong. I mean, even at tier 3, I felt like it was really strong. And getting up to tier 5, it's like God tier now. I think it is, like, I don't want to grab any other field upgrade when I go in now. Like, this is my quintessential field upgrade I want to bring with me every time. I think it is just that good. It is, it's delicious. Keeping it short and simple today, guys. I've almost got all the perks maxed out to tier 5, so keep an eye out for that video coming soon. And I'm really hoping they drop one of the new weapons soon. I'm kind of jonesing for the crossbow. I really want to use the crossbow in zombies, so hopefully the challenge to unlock it is not a huge pain in the butt, because of course you have to unlock all of the additional weapons through multiplayer challenges, which drives me nuts because I'm not a fan of the multiplayer for this game. Yeah, and of course I hope you guys like the video. Dislike it, comment, subscribe, come back for more. I hope y'all have a good day, and hope to catch y'all in the next video.